Hello, welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you how I prepare for beauty school, how I get this skin all nice, cleansed, prepped and ready, and then you can go to bed with me. So first things first, I make sure my towels are clean. We can only use white towels at beauty school and I need to bring a total of 5. So I bring 2 hand towels. I make sure these are nice, fluffy and tumble dried. I do fold these up neatly as they will need to go into my suitcase. Next is my bath towels, which is slightly bigger, just a bit smaller than a jumbo towel, about this long. And then this is how long it is, as you can see. And then I also fold that up as this will also need to be going into my suitcase. I also make sure my initials are on there so no one takes it. And finally, last but not least, this is my jumbo towel. I do carry 2 of these. This will go on top of me while we're practicing facials at aesthetics school. It's about this wide, and I'll now show you how long it is. You can get a rough idea of all the towels that I'm carrying. So this is how it looks on me. And I'm quite short, I'm about 5'2". Next up is my folder. This has all my work in it, my notepad, all the theory that I need to learn, COVID theory, and all the assignments that I will need to go through and be prepared for each lesson. So this is my workbook. So these are all the different chapters. We learn about skin types, consultation, and it's actually a lot of anatomy and physiology, so that's quite a lot to learn, but I like it. So this is my little suitcase I got from Primark. It's about a cabin size suitcase, and this is what I do carry with me. Now I'll show you how I pack this suitcase. So my folder and my beauty kit are already in there. This has my cotton pads, earbuds, sponges. I also bring 2 bottles of water. We are in an awkward building, so it is really hard. There's no water dispenser, and I think it's so important to stay hydrated, so I just bring my own. I then begin by rolling up my towels and making sure that they all fit into my case nicely, so I don't have to struggle too much when carrying the suitcase around with me, because it can get really heavy. It's quite frustrating to carry, but it's just part of the course. So just roll these up. Packing isn't entirely my forte, but as long as everything fits, then I'm happy. It's my folder. Don't know if it looks heavy, but it is quite heavy. And then I'm just going to go ahead and try and get this bath towel in. And finally my jumbo towel, which is the biggest and heaviest of them all. This is a closer look at the packing of my case, so you can all see. This is actually packed to the brim at the moment. And this is just a closer look at all my towels. And this is my side bag that I carry, this cute DKNY bag. I believe I got from TK Maxx. I carry this around my shoulder, and this just has my essentials in it, so I don't have to go into my case. As you can see, face mask, lip gloss, AirPods, mirror. I carry hand cream all the time, my lip gloss. eye drops for dry eyes, and sunscreen. This is so important. I never go anywhere without this. I want to protect the skin from those UVA and UVBs. And I've had my shower, so I then go in by brushing my teeth with my electric toothbrush, making sure my mouth is clean before bed. I then begin the face process. This is my beauty bag that I've prepped myself. This has everything in it that I need for a nighttime cleanse. So this is basically what I'll be using today. So I just start by getting that hair back out of my face. We don't want to wet those tresses. I got this towel here from Wilkinson's. I think it was about £1 or £2. I just tie this around my head just to keep everything dry. And I just roll it back. It's very easy and simple to use. And then I just button that at the back of my head, like so. Ta-da. I begin by running some warm water, and these are the products that I will use today, except from the Pixie toner and the cleansing water, so do ignore those. So we begin by washing our hands. It's so important. You want to make sure our hands are clean before we go in and start touching our face, as that can encourage spots and oil build up as well. This is my exfoliator. I got this from Amazon. I think it was around between £20 to £30. It weren't too expensive, so I use this all the time. So I do make sure that's wet as well. We don't want to use that dry. So I start by rinsing my face. I must mention I do run my hands under both taps. I do not fill the sink up with the plug. I use running water, making sure the water's basically clean. So I have my Simply Clean gel from SkinCeuticals. I use this most times, and this is just going to help us for our first cleanse. So I use about maybe 2 pea sizes. I rub that together, and then I begin to put that onto my face in gentle upwards motion. I'm now beginning to massage that in, as you can see, very gently. As you can see, I'm not dragging my skin. You know, this is your skin. It's not a piece of wood that you're painting. This is your skin. You want to be very gentle with it. So I'm just massaging. And what this does is it gently warms the skin. It gets the blood circulating up towards the surface of the skin. And as you begin to massage that upwards, you're actually stimulating the lymphatic drainage system within your face, which helps to basically eliminate toxins and waste from your skin. So this technique that I'm doing is called an effleurage. This helps to get rid of the oils from the surface of your skin, aka sebum. And then we stop at the temples. Just rinsing it off my hands. Now I go in with my exfoliator. And I gently use this in a circular motion on my face. So I start on the lower sections of my face, and I slowly work upwards. As you can see, it's beginning to get nice and foamy now. So I just make sure the same is on my forehead. And I try to do this all in total for about, I'll say 30 seconds per area. Just make sure it's nice and clean. We really want to stimulate the upper surface of the skin so that when we do double cleanse, our products will absorb really nicely. So we're just massaging the face, getting all those dead skin cells off. I rinse my hands on my brush. And I rinse my face. So that's all off now, as you can see. So I'm now going to double cleanse with Dermalogica. This is my favourite product. I really love it. I haven't gone back since using it. So this is the daily Microfoliant. This is around, I think, £35. So it's a powder consistency. You wet that just a little bit, massage that into the palms of your hands, and as you put that onto your skin, it creates a slight consistency, much similar to a face mask. And I just effleurage that, massage that into the skin, get the drainage going, and also help to desquamate those nasty dead skin cells, keeping the skin really nice and clean. This is also really useful for helping to get rid of blackheads. I've seen when spots have tried to develop on my face, once using this, it slowly and gently removes the top layer of the spot, and then the spot will take its time and go down, which is what we want. We want to avoid, you know, popping them or scratching them, because that will just cause scarring. And we stop at the temples. So I'm just rinsing that off, making sure that all the product has completely left the surface of my skin, so that I can get ready to apply product. We're still going in the upwards motion. Lovely, so these are the products I'll now be using on my face for the night time. Perfect. So, this is how we're looking. I'm just going to get one of these face pads that I got from Boots. Using one of these, I just dab upwards and just make sure that the water has basically left my skin. I just make sure my skin's quite damp, and I'm always going upwards with this cotton pad unless I really need to go back down, like if my face is still basically dripping from somewhere. So we just pat that really lightly. And do the corners of the mouth as well, where there can be a bit of build up, bit of fluff there, just remove that. Okay, so now I'm going to take off this towel. And now I'm going to go in with my Dermalogica multi-active toner. This is a spray toner that I really like. I just spray that onto my face. 4 or 5 squirts will do. And that just dampens the skin and makes sure that the product that you'll be applying will absorb really well. So this is my niacinamide, and the aim of this is to basically reduce any form of hyperpigmentation and scarring, which is really common on dark skin. So I just put that onto my damp face, so that it will be taken down really well once it begins to dry. So about 3 to 4 pumps of that will do, and very gently, using my middle fingers, I just rub that in. Very gently. We want to make sure that the product's actually going into our face and not remaining on our fingertips. And then I just tap that in gently, press that into the skin, and we stop always at the temples. I'm now going to use my Hydrating B5 mask from SkinCeuticals. So I put a bit of this onto my middle finger, about, then again, a pea-sized amount, 2 pea-sized amounts. Very gently, starting from the lower third of my face. I just rub that in and press that into my skin. This is basically a hyaluronic acid mask, so the aim of this is to hydrate your face overnight, where you're not drinking much water, and, you know, keep the skin nice, fresh, and basically moisturized. So use my middle fingers. I do again just rub that in very gently and press that in. This will keep your skin looking very nice, plump and youthful. And we stop at the temples. Any remaining product just gets nicely pressed into the skin. Next, I use my Antioxidant Lip Repair, also from SkinCeuticals. I do get dry lips all of a sudden, particularly when the weather starts to get cold. So I just dab this onto my lips and rub this in and make sure it absorbs nicely. I find it much lighter and easier to use rather than something like petroleum jelly or lip gloss, which can be quite heavy and sticky. This is really light, moisturising, and it does what it says in the tin. So next I've got my eye cream from Clinique. I actually got this on offer. I'll do another video about that. So this is what it looks like. It's perfume free, so there's no smell. And I just dab that beneath my eye and on the eyelid. I use very tiny amounts, don't want to drench it out. And then I just press that in, dab that in very nicely. We don't want to drag the skin around the eyes. The eye area is incredibly delicate. So we just want to press that in, make sure the product absorbs and it reduces all sorts of puffiness when we wake up. Finally is my microneedling kit that I got. I got this from TK Maxx. This is going to make sure that our products absorb really nicely. We're going to use this very gently in an upwards and downwards motion. Very nicely onto the skin. Make sure you've got the correct needle length. This is the length that I'm using. I believe it's 0.35. I'll correct that in the description down below. And I just begin by gently going upwards and downwards on my face, making sure that my skin begins to warm and the product absorbs nicely, getting down into slightly lower layers of the skin. It will do this overnight anyway, but I really do feel like this microneedling kit does help. It's not as strong as something you'd get at the doctor's office, but you know, it does do the job for at home, and plus we don't want to hurt ourselves and cause any sort of scarring, so this is perfect. So I don't do my lips, but I go around the lips, and I also do my nose and my forehead, which is a bit of a problem area. So I am doing this quite gently. It does look, you know, a bit rough in the video, but I am being gentle with this. I don't want to hurt myself at all. And I go around the eyes softly. And we're all done. Peace. So this is how my skin looks once I got into my room, just showing you under the light. We're radiant, we're glowing, and we're all ready for bed. Thanks for watching.